So basically what I did with my hands on top of the paradiddle-diddle on my feet was accenting the first 16 notes, then the second, then the third and the fourth, then 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 1, then 1, 3, and then 2 and 4. Then I went to playing 3 on top of 6, so accenting the 1 and the 3, so I'm kind of it's not a triplet, but it's like 3 on 4, 3 on 6 in this case. Then 5 tuplets, then 6 tuplets, so 6 on top of 6, and then 7. So basically the accents gets wider and wider, and so the cycles becomes larger and larger and longer. So we have to, the more we go on in the exercise, the more we have to learn how to control these circles going one around each other. So that's the hard part of the exercise, but as I was explaining before, we can get rid of information when we get stuck somewhere and just concentrate and understand where the accents fall. It's important to develop listening control of this, so knowing how these pattern sounds on top of each other, we can sing them out and understand that. And it's very important to have these kind of things in our head, because once you know how it sounds, you already can control it much better. And then when you do this with all the other accents, it will be the same. And then the second thing we have to learn to control, it's the physical control of what we're doing. So where the accents fall in reference to what we're playing with our feet. And that's something that we do by getting rid of, all the notes that we're playing and just understanding where these accents fall based on either the old pattern with our feet or just the right foot or whatever we're able to control. So it can be the left foot if you're left-handed and play, in a left-handed way. But whatever feels comfortable as a starting point, it's good to start from there and then develop everything else around it. So because if not, it's going to be too many notes, too many informations going on, not even being always regular. So it's just going to make it so hard. Instead, in this way, we're going to save a lot of time. It's going to make sense way sooner, and we'll be able to play it in a matter of days instead of months. So in my opinion, this is a very good approach of independence, as I showed in the other videos. And the final goal of this is to then shift and change the pattern with our feet. We can play one single for one single right foot, one single left foot, then double with right foot, double with left foot, so something like this. Or the other way around. Speed it up. And so on, and play all the accents on top of this, which it's still going to be a 6 notes pattern with our feet, so it's going to still sound the same, but we're gonna physically play it in a different way. So we'll make it a little bit harder, or anyway we'll put some variations to learn this, so that we really get comfortable in playing this kind of things in many different ways. And then after this is to start improvising, so getting rid of the exercise itself, but start grooving around the 6 tuplet, the 6 strokes pattern, and then starting to play fills and make create a musical sense in what we're doing. So something like this, for example. Okay, so the final goal is, of course, to have a musical idea and a musical ability of applying these kind of things, even though these kind of exercises are also good to just raise our bar in our playing, just push ourselves in another dimension as far as independence, so that we're just then able to hear these kind of things, and we can play some of those and not eventually having to put them in our music. But you know, so it's not like, oh, I don't play these kind of things in my music, so I don't need these exercises. That's not eventually true, because these exercises can unlock a world for maybe a very simple thing in a completely other kind of music, and that happened to me. And also it just creates more muscular connection to our brain, and so it just develops a lot of things and our intelligence on the drums. So I really suggest to really embrace these kind of exercises and just try them out and see if this benefits our playing somehow. And of course then let's have fun with it, and let's just be creative and try to do as many solutions as possible and come up with many ideas as possible. And have a good practice, and I'll see you next time. Hey there, if you're liking the videos that I'm uploading, you should check these videos on jamespaynedrums.com, in which I upload a more in-depth version of the videos with multicam views, PDFs, so that you have everything written down and you don't have to always memorize everything. There's going to be Polynome playlists where I've basically created playlists that you can follow, speed up, slow down, just play one part of whatever I'm playing, just the snare, just the bass drum, and it's all through an app, so you can take it on your phone with you in your practice room. And coaching videos, which means you will have my voice reminding you what to focus on, either in balance on your right hand, on your left foot, based on where you are in the exercises, so that it's like if I'm gonna be there with you in the room while you're practicing. So there's gonna be a bunch of extra content there that might help you out practicing and improving faster.